Hello everyone, in this video we are going to recreate the plucks from Slip. I'm also going to attempt to do a little bit of different editing so it's just a little bit more digestible for you guys. So we will be going over 3 patches and here's what it sounds like in the original. And here is my recreation of it. Yeah, so I will go over the first main patch, which is what you hear the most, that little square pluck. Here are the notes for that section. And later on, this accent note comes in. This pluck is created with a square wave, and I picked the Bezod square in honor of deadmau5. Without any of the processing on, here's what it sounds like. So I threw on an 18-pole low pass filter with this envelope on it. I threw it onto 1/8, and then I put this sharper envelope at the very beginning and then a regular shape after that. This is what it sounds like. And then I threw on some compression to emphasize the attacks a little bit more and try to get to this shape that he had. And then I threw on some reverb. And that is that sound. First off, I'd like to say that the original has a certain groove on it. You can see that the notes are not lining up with the grid in all cases. So in order to match that with my MIDI notes, I right-clicked on that and then I said extract groove. Now, when I was writing in MIDI notes, I could just go over here and add the groove and then commit it, hitting that commit button. So then you can see my notes are kind of off center a little bit, like his were, not on the grid. So next I did the saw pluck, and that was just a saw wave with this F note repeating. So I did a saw wave. This is an octave down from the other one. I threw the same pluck envelope onto the filter. And then I put on some distortion because it sounded like the original was a little crunchy. And then again, some compression to emphasize the attack. And the settings are right here. Yeah, so those two sounds together. And for the EQs on this one, just taking a little bit of the low like pop out of that square pluck, and then I emphasize the fundamental of this so it'd be a little bit more crunchy. Both of these are going into another reverb unit and also some more distortion. Gives it that crunchy feel that the original had, and then some reverb to automate as it goes up. So that is the main sound. In the original, it sounded like there was some noise, some dark noise that was underneath it. So I just added some Serum noise, pink noise, and then I just filtered it down. I sidechained it to the plucks themselves so you can hear it pumping. So all of those patches together. Okay, so the third patch, this little horn section that comes in, sounds like this. The notes for that are right here. So I made this with saw waves to make horn sounds. Like it's basically a super saw with an envelope on it where you push in the attack. His sound very brassy. I'm not sure if he used an actual horn sample, but I will go one by one. These oscillators. First one, saw wave, 8 voices, detune 0.07, and I use this envelope on the level. I will turn off all of these parameters. Here's what it sounds like. And then with the higher octave as well, 4 voices, 0.02 detune, and here's where the level is. These are both doing amp envelopes. And then I used an EQ using this EQ trick I talked about in previous videos, where I'm using the envelope to push the high ends. And then I used a filter with the same shape envelope to create the brassy sound. And then I used some more compression to emphasize the attack a bit and just control it. And then some reverb. I did some EQ to try and match the reference a little bit where it was. And then I put a limiter on here as well, just to cut off the peaks. Yes, and that is how I got to recreating this section from Slip. And here's it all again together. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you enjoyed the editing. I'm going to try and implement something new every video to just make it a little bit more professional, more digestible, and more useful for you guys. I want to be able to provide something that actually helps you. So if this did help you, I'd like you to consider giving me a subscribe and a like if you wouldn't mind. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.